Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I have a really interesting beer review for you. This one I saw at the store Wegmans, the grocery chain, and I saw a couple different beers that were in these 12 bottles. I've seen this before too, like, you know, people talking about it a little bit. And when I went down to Florida, I went to a German, it was half bar, half restaurant. I saw these as well. I didn't really think much of them. I thought it was just a big beer. But I picked this one up and I was looking at the bottle and stuff. By the way, this is Maudite, and this comes from, I believe, Quebec in Canada. It's imported by Unibrew in New York, New York. This says it's an ambered red ale on lees. Now, on the front here it says bottle re-fermented. All right, ale brewed with spices. It's 8% alcohol by volume. It's 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces, 750 milliliter bottle. I mean, it strikes me as different or weird. First of all, it has the cork top and everything. Kind of looks like a champagne bottle. It is very large. But I was looking at the back, and there's actually a couple little pictures here. You can see those there. The first one basically says carbonated, so be careful. Obviously, danger of it's cork shooting or whatever. The second one, I think, is just showing you, you know, what not to drink it out of. Use like a brandy glass as opposed to like a Pilsner glass. And the last one says re-fermented on yeast base. And it shows the bottom with, you know, stuff in the bottle. So I didn't know what that meant. So me and Christina just looked it up. It was actually really, really fascinating. This is a bottle re-fermented beer. So basically, what they do is instead of like a lot of the beer, at least all the beer that I've tried thus far until right this second, has been carbonated with CO2. You know, they make the beer, they ferment it and everything, and then they, of course, they artificially pump CO2 into the bottle to get the carbonation they want, and of course, and that's it. What they do with the re-fermented beers, or bottle re-fermentation, is they put a mixture of yeast and sugar in the bottle with the beer. So it naturally carbonates? Yeah, naturally the yeast will continue to break down. It'll continue to ferment, basically. Now, what we also learned is that anything over 8%, any beer over 8% can actually age like wine, which is really interesting. And you know, what we were reading is that you can leave it for a year or two, and you know, some of the more sharper flavors might dull out, and vice versa. Some of the dull flavors might brighten. So just like a wine, you can actually age the beer, and some of them are very prized. You know, 20, 30 plus years of different ales and stuff. So really, really interesting stuff. Totally new to me. No idea what to expect with this. This is more of a, I guess, a natural beer. And I've never had anything like this in my life. So I'm very excited to try it.
Yeah, they were saying that this is how they used to do it too, because before they had the technology in order to artificially add CO2, they used to do that. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, yeah, this is how they used to always be, you know, fermenting, you know, a little bit of yeast and sugar, whatever got in the bottle. So this is how, it's an old school style beer, put it that way. So that's how it used to be done. It's a more traditional method. It's really, really cool. I can see sediment in this bottle on the bottom. Now, I also read, because I don't know if you're supposed to drink that crap or not, and it's honestly based on taste. And the only thing the first thing I thought of was like brie. I love brie cheese. It's a delicious, really soft cheese, but it has this very bitter rind. And some people eat the rind, they think it's sophisticated and it has flavor, and some people don't. So I don't know, maybe I'll try the sludge, I guess we'll call it. I don't know, the sediment. I don't know, we'll see. First I'm gonna try the beer. So anyway, there it is. This bottle was, I think, $12. So $12 for this amount of beer is very expensive. It's a very expensive beer. But I'm really interested now that I learned a little bit more about it. So here we go, we're gonna open this up. So just like a champagne bottle, you get your little metal cage here. Untwist that.
We're gonna do that way.
So yeah, because this is constantly fermenting, it is creating more pressure and gas in here. So I'm going to carefully try to pop this cork out. Christina's holding on for dear life. It's very, very tight in there. I need use my shirt here. All right, Gus is sleeping on it. Watch out, Gus. Scoot over. I don't want you to get scared. It's very tight in there. There's pressure behind this, like a champagne. It's super, super tight.
Go over to the kitchen and open that.
Yeah, I should. But should and will are two different things. Using my thumbs, just like, I'm kind of scared. I'm thinking like, oh shit. That's not good. Shit. I just ripped it off. Alright, well I'm grabbing a corkscrew now. Alright, I'm back with the corkscrew. So here we go. This thing is so friggin' tight in here. Damn. Alright, so yeah. Ooh, smells very intense. Okay. So, hell of a lot of pressure built up in there. Be careful, open it, I guess, like you would any kind of champagne.
I think it's safer what the corkscrew looks like. This way you can control it.
Yeah, you do have a little more control with the corkscrew. I would recommend that, and that's how I'll probably open another one if I do like this. Mm-hmm. All right, now that the danger factor has left us.
What are you smelling?
I'm smelling like red wine. It smells like red wine. Oh man, I smell fruit too. I smell like rich fruit. I smell like plums, cherries, like a lot of dark, strong fruit. It smells like a red wine mixed with those. Actually, you know what it smells like the most? Really, a sangria, but with spices. All right, smell that first. Christina's sticking her nose in it. Let's see.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, it does smell like
very
wine.
Fruity.
That's funny.
All right. Well.
Be careful pouring it. You don't want to get the sediment. Just gotta go slowly.
No, it's all at the bottom.
Oh wow, yes, it does got plenty of carbonation in there.
Nice color.
And that's all natural. A little more.
Yeah. Nice head on there. Really nice. Cloudy. I'm starting to really like unfiltered beer. By the way, this is high in alcohol. 8%. Anyway. I'm starting to like the unfiltered beers. Nice color on this.
I honestly thought because of when we read where they say it's naturally carbonated, I thought it would be not as much carbonation, but it looks like there's plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely plenty in there. So you can see
got big bubbles.
Dark red, brown color. Let's see. Let's see what the bottle says again. This is an amber red ale. On lees. I probably should have looked that up. I don't know what on lees means. Alright, so. Same smell. Honestly, it smells like a really good fruity red wine. But like a holiday wine. Alright, well, this is the most excited I've ever been about to try something because it's completely different and new to me. So I think either I'm going to really love this or really hate it. I don't think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. So, bottoms up. I like that. That's good. By golly, I like it. All right. Okay. First of all, it tastes like ale. It doesn't taste like wine at all. It tastes like a slightly malted ale, but there's actually a lot more. There's more fruity flavors in there. Definitely plums and cherries and like apricots and there's a really nice fruitiness and it's on the finish and it sticks with you. Slightly bitter, not too bad. I mean, if I didn't look it up and know what this meant, you know, and the bottle re-fermentation and all that kind of stuff, I don't think I would have guessed that it was like kind of more of a homemade beer kind of flavor, traditional type thing. But I would have known something was different about it. Now that I do know, I can make that connection where it just tastes a little bit more natural, if that makes any sense. I know that might seem like it's an influenced thought because I know the difference now, anyway, and I know before, but I don't think so. I mean, it just tastes more homemade.
Have you ever had another beer that was artificially carbonated that had the same consistency?
As far as the carbonation goes, it's not any different. It's not more carbonated or less. I mean, obviously you see there's a lot of pressure built up and stuff.
Is it still crispy like that? Crispy?
It's still crisp. It's very refreshing. It's it doesn't have like a dark, like a porter taste or anything like that. I mean, the taste is very good. It's middle of the road. It's not like over the top strong, but it's not really light either. But it's definitely got something fruity going on I really like. Pour some more here. Freshen this glass up. I'll let Christina try this. It's a good looking beer.
I'll make a little bit more of that.
Yeah. Take more of the head off, you know,
yeah.
Mouthful of foam.
Yeah. Maybe so bad.
There you go. You can try it. The one thing that I do notice though is there really is a different mouth feel to it, and this is something that we read. It's good, isn't it? I like it. It is a totally different mouth feel. I don't know how to explain this.
The bubbles look way different.
Yeah. Yeah, the carbonation. I mean, like overall, the carbonation seems the same as some of the beers that I've had. It's not like champagne like at all. It's not overly carbonated naturally the way it's done, but it's not flat either. When the beer finishes, it's almost like you had a sip of water or something. The only way I can explain it is there's no feeling on the mouth after the fact, whereas a lot of other beers almost have the finish like yeah, like almost like a syrupy finish where you feel it kind of coat your mouth. The flavor carries on. The finish isn't flat. It doesn't drop off right away. It lingers a little bit, but when it goes away, it's gone. Like right now, I don't taste my mouth like I've been drinking any beer. If that makes sense. That's the best way I can explain it to you, is that I guess because of this process, it definitely has a different mouthfeel, more of a natural mouthfeel, and less artificial. I never really thought of other beers as being artificial, but when you have something like this, you can kind of compare and contrast, and you pick up on those little nuances now. You know, I like this.
Yeah, that's great.
This is really cool. I like the bigger bottle. Like, you know, in this case, 2 people, you know, can share. It's really nice. So let me continue drinking this a little bit and give some more thoughts, but.
Out of the bottle, you can probably get about 3 glasses, and then the last one you have to be careful because of sediment, probably.
Yeah, you know what? Because I'm doing a review, I will try the sediment if I can get it out of the bottle. Because some people try. We're gonna see what it's like. I'm sure it's gonna be funky, but sometimes I like funky. I'm a weird character. We'll see. So anyway, yeah, the initial impressions are exactly as I said. I'm not gonna repeat myself, which I usually do. I usually go, yeah, and then just blah blah blah. This definitely has a fruity note. This is really good. I like it. It's completely different than what I'm used to. So far, I'm a fan. I'll let you know when the bottle is empty. I'll come back the last sip, and maybe we'll try that sediment. We'll see if I can get it out of the bottle. So, I'll be back. My glass is empty, but I saved some in the bottle here. You guys can see. I have about, I don't know, a quarter, a little less than half of the beer stein there, beer glass, whatever. I saved that beer because I actually want to mix it now with all the sediment on the bottom to get kind of a concentrated beer here, so I can taste what the sediment tastes like. Now, something to note here is that if you like the sediment, when the bottle is first open, that's when you mix it. And basically, you know, you shake it up a little bit, or, you know, turn it around upside down, back and forth to evenly mix all the sediment in with the beer. So if you like that flavor, you know, it's evenly distributed. This will be a concentrated version, so keep that in mind. If I'm like, bleh, it's not necessarily how you're supposed to consume it. we'll see what I think about that sediment. But if you didn't like the sediment, you literally just slowly pour, you know, until you get to the last, you know, half inch or so, whatever, and that would be basically the sediment. So, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. All right, something else I read on the back of the bottle while I was drinking it. It says Maudite, which means damned. Re-fermented on yeast base in the bottle. Goes down uncommonly smooth. So Maudite means damned. And I guess that's where they get the name there. You can see Sir Devil on the front there. Lucifer staring you in the eyeballs. And some kind of ship floating. I'm sure that's some kind of story that's well known that I can't think of right now. But that's what that's depicting. So that's that. Alright, so. Shake this up a little bit. You know, I'm just swirling up a little bit. You can hear that air that escapes though. Alright, so I pour this out. That should be all the sediment. You see in the light here. And it's going to have to obviously settle down too. Get all that goodness out of there. We're going to try this, see if there's any difference in flavor.
It's a little darker.
What they say, the sediment can range from very strong flavors of like blue cheese and what, I don't know what I read.
It could be like a punch that tastes like that, or sometimes it can be sweet.
Alright, so the bottle is completely empty, which means all the sediment, you can see, I'm going to let it settle down a little bit, but it's definitely much cloudier and darker. So we'll let that...
We'll smell it, see if there's a difference.
Same smell. Doesn't change the smell at all, the aroma. Yeah, didn't really change that at all. It's just a lot cloudier. So, I'm going to talk for a moment while this dies down. This is filler. This is me BSing while I'm waiting. Yeah, I don't know.
So are you going to try more of those sets of
yes,
beers?
Definitely. Now that, first of all, I got this because it was cool.
Too many of them because they are like $12 a bottle.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Well, look, I was just asking you while the camera's off. You said that's 8%. So it's almost like having 7. Would you say like 7 cans of beer?
Roughly. So about 7 cans of beer or so. Yeah, I mean it's more alcoholic. It's more expensive. So, but for me, I don't drink every day. I don't even drink every week. It's a special occasion when I drink something. So to me, it's worth it. It's different. This may not be something you buy to consume every day. So for me, I mean, I definitely want to try more of these. I like this style now. This is completely new to me. I'm not a beer connoisseur by any means. I'm just an average guy, a total newbie in the beer scene. You know, I'm learning things as I go, which is really nice. But now that I've learned about this, I mean, what I was going to say before is that I got this because it was in a bigger bottle and it had a cool cork top. I thought, oh, fancy beer. Fancy beer. Gotta try it. But, you know, I learned something, which is really nice. So, anyway. See how that filler worked? That was wonderful. Now we're ready to drink this. Alright, so the head died down a little bit. Kind of scared. I don't know why. Alright. Well, here we go. Let me try this. That's it's a lot sweeter, same flavor, much stronger. You wanna try it?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, that was a very polite response. Could have been very derogatory, but no. Yeah, same flavor, much stronger, much sweeter. The sediment to me, those fruit flavors come out a lot stronger, in your face fruit. The finish is also a lot more bitter. So I'm going to say I'm probably not a sediment guy.
Well, if you would have a full bottle and mix it in, maybe...
That is different. That is completely different, yeah. Maybe it'll strengthen the flavor overall. Excuse me, by the way, when I burped. But, yeah, I wouldn't recommend all the sediment in that last couple sips, which I did here. Which I'm going to down. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. It's just more bitter. That's all. All right. That's it. I like this. This is a new experience.
So you definitely would do again?
Really, yeah. I would definitely do this again. You will see this again with a different, maybe perhaps a different brand. I did notice that this one, Unibrew is the company. Yeah, Unibrew USA. That's the people who import it. I know it's made in Canada, but that's the company that imports it into the US. There was at least 3 different, same brand, same company, everything, same bottle, but 3 different labels. There were 3 different style of beers.
So we gotta get those?
Oh, yeah, maybe not all of them, but I'd at least like to try another one from the same company, and then perhaps some other companies too. If you guys, you know, if you're into your beer and stuff, and you drank this particular one, please post your comments down below. I love to see, you know, people's differences in opinion. Obviously, one person can taste something and it's delicious, another person thinks it's gross. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I like to hear your thoughts on it. Particularly, though, if you've had other brands, perhaps, of this style of beer, where it's bottle re-fermented. Very fascinating to me. I'm definitely going to try another beer that is of the same style. So, that's it. That is Maudite. Highly recommended to try. If you drink beer at all, this is actually a really cool special occasion thing. You know, maybe someone's birthday or whatever, or a group of guys get together for some kind of golf outing. Afterwards, you're sitting and talking. I have no idea why I said golf outing. That's kind of random. But, you know, it's a special occasion. Something different. You usually get the 6-pack, a 12-pack of beer, whatever. You know, you're sitting with your buddies, or you go to a family function or something. This is something unique. And you can, it's a bigger bottle. Everyone can get a little, you know, half a glass to try or something. Really cool. Highly, highly recommended to try. Very much looking forward to other beers like this. So at this point, I think the review is over and I'm just rambling a little bit. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to wish everyone a wonderful day. I'm going to highly, highly suggest that you drink responsibly and do not drive. And do not drink if you're underage. And I want to thank you for watching, as always. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.